A warm welcome to Encik Muhammad Faris. My name is Shiv Shankar and my Monday number is 10DDT20F1042. I am from class DDT 5A. So today I'm going to explain about Laboratory Task 1 which gave on 29 March 2022. First of all, I would like to explain about 5 names of object control from the Toolbox tab. First object control is label. The label control represents a standard Windows label. It is generally used to display some informative text on the GUI, which known as graphical user interface, which is not changed during runtime. There is a prefix for label, which is LBL. As we can see from this image, this is an example for label. The next object control is text box. Text box controls allow entering text on a form at runtime. By default, it takes a single line of text. However, you can make it accept multiple texts and even add scroll bars to it, as we can see from this image. Moreover, there is a prefix for text box, which is TXT. And the third object control is button. As we all know, in Visual Basic, the button control represents a standard Windows button. It is generally used to generate a click event by providing a handler for the click event. As we can see from this image, this is the example for a button. Moreover, there is a prefix for button, which is BTN. And the fourth object control that we are going to see is list box. The list box represents a Windows control to display a list of items to a user. Moreover, a user can select an item from the list box. And it also allows the programmer to add items at design time by using the properties windows or at the runtime. As we can see from the image, this is an example for list box. Moreover, there is a prefix for list box, which is LST. And the last object control is menu strip. The menu strip control represents the container for the menu structure. Moreover, the menu strip control works as the top level container for the menu structure. The tool strip menu item class and the tool strip drop-down menu class provide the functionalities to create menu items, submenus, and also drop-down menus. As we can see from the slide, there is an image that shows examples of menu strip. So for menu strip, we use MNS as a prefix. So now I am going to show how to create a simple window application. First of all, we need to open Microsoft Visual Studio. And then we need to click on create a new project. And then we need to select Windows from app. And then press on next button, and then it will ask a project name. So for this, I put project name as simple calculator, and then press on next, and then need to click on create button. As we can see, this is the design area. So this is the toolbox on the left side, and this is the property window on the right side. So now we create a simple calculator. First we need to drag a label and drop in design area, and then we need to rename it. So for that, we need to click on text. So here we can rename it. So I rename as simple calculator, and then we need to press enter. So now I'm going to change the font size to 18. So for that, we can change the font size from font in properties window, then press enter. As we can see, the font size is changed. Now I'm going to change the font color for the font. For that, we need to choose font color, and then here we have multiple choices for the color, so I choose red color. Then next we need to drag a label and drop in the design area. Now I want to rename it as enter integer 1 and then press enter, and then I want to make it more bigger, so I go to font and change the font size. Then we need to select text box from toolbox, drag and drop beside label, and then we need to name it as text1. So for that we can change the name from name area, which we can find from properties window. So here we need to change to txt1. This is the ID for the text box. Next we need to drag label from toolbox and drop below label 1, and we need to rename it. For now I put enter integer 2 and I press enter. Now I also want to change the font size, so for that we can change it from font, change to 14, then I press enter. Now we need to drag text box from toolbox and then drop beside label 2. Now we need to rename the text box to txt2. Then we need to drag a button from toolbox and put below the label, and resize it, and then rename it to click here. And then press enter. And also we need to name the button as btn, and below the button we need to place a label, and then we need to change the text name for the label. I just put it as empty. Now I want to resize it, so for that we need to change the auto size to false. Now we can change the size of the label. So here I name it as LBL, then enter. So this is the design for the simple calculator. So now let's see how to make this button functional. First we need to double click on this button and it will bring to coding section. So here we need to declare some variables. First I declare var1, which we need to declare as dim, then variable name which is var1, and then as double is data type equals to txt1, which we name this text box as txt1, and then dot text. Below that also we need to declare var2, same as var1, dim var2 as double equals to, this time we need to put txt2, which we name this text area 2 as txt2, and then dot text, then enter. So below that we need to declare var3 dim var3, but this time I declare var3 as string type because we need to add two variables, which is var1 plus var2. Now we need to type LBL, which we name this label as LBL dot text, then equals to double quote sum plus var3. So this is the coding for this simple calculator. So now let's see how to run this code. First we need to click on the simple calculator, which we can see at the top of the app. After we click on this button, we can see this output. So I try to put 10 as integer 1 and integer 2 as 7, and then we need to click on this button, click here. So now we can see the sum of two integers, which is 17. So that's all from me. Thank you.